Hello everybody, welcome back to the United Way for Afc Bournemouth versus Manchester United Premier League preview. Join me today to talk about I think really the last three games are big games for us now, but joining me today, to discuss tomorrow's game is Tom. Tom, how's things first of all?
Run out yourself, been a while.
It's weird, usually we're playing like midweek, but like the last two games we played during the week, so it seems like ages since we've played a game of football.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, sure, it was a decent result there last weekend, but
Yeah.
Garnacho, that lad is something else.
Yeah.
Is something else.
Yeah, did you see the stat about someone was like Sancho on the pitch for like 70, 75 minutes, created nothing. Sancho only on the pitch, making decent runs, and he scored a goal to basically, seal the win.
Yeah, I mean, and with all due respect, I'm going to say it's now. Jadon Sancho, I'm sorry, he just hasn't worked. Like, I know, I want to be patient, want to give him time. Like, all due respect, he's had a few good moments, scored a few goals against some big games, against some big teams, but no, sorry, just didn't work. Thank you for the memories, Jadon Sancho, but to be honest, I say just somewhere's best we move him on. He's hadn't been in to have his backup, but at the same time, he's just not good enough. Like, I mean, you see with the wingers we have with Garnacho and Anthony, they'll take on the fullback and they can go either side. Sancho will just play a square pass. Have you ever noticed that? The amount of right backs you face, they'll just play a square pass to take them on. Like, I know I'm not trying to say he's a terrible player, because he's not terrible, but he's just not good enough. He's not what you need for a Man United winger. He needs to be taking on fullbacks, which he just can't do. He's a good passer, but you can't. That's his only real proper trait. With all due respect to him, I think it's best we move him on somewhere. Like, I mean, Garnacho, he's going right to the top. Oh, the more I see him, the more I think of the higher I think of him. Like, he's just a brilliant player.
Would we go as far? Like, be honest. Like, just be totally honest here. Would you sell him?
Sell Sancho?
Yeah.
To be honest,
I know you said thanks for the memories, and obviously that probably answers my question. But like, would you get rid of him and bring in someone else? I mean, we have Rashford and Garnacho who have been flying this season. Obviously, you have Rashford and Garnacho. Rashford's obviously been better, but Garnacho just offers something different. Like, he's just so exciting. Like, when you see Garnacho coming on, you're like, this. I can't think of a game this season where Garnacho's been poor. I actually can't.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few games where he's made a few mistakes, but he's 18 years old. Like, believe me, he's doing better than about 95, if not 94% of 18-year-olds playing football. Like, half 18-year-olds are in college or doing the leaving studying at a university. Yeah. He's playing football for Man United, playing a good, but like, I mean, that is talent. Like, I mean, he's aggressive. That's the thing. He's aggressive. He doesn't take shit. Like, he's a good proper winger. Like, I mean, like, players like him go very far. And you see that bare talent they've got when they're at such a young age. He's got it. Like, I mean, not many 18-year-olds have it. Like, you just give an 18-year-old a few minutes, they get hyped up for the next big thing when they're not that talented. Garnacho has talent, and you can see it well. Like, with each game he plays, you can see there's obvious talent there. And about Sancho, it depends on, like, the budget. If we've got a transfer budget and we can get a replacement easy, I'd say move him on. But maybe if the budget's a bit tight, because we need mainly, obviously, a striker and a midfielder mainly, and maybe a new goalkeeper. So it depending on if we have enough money for a replacement, then sell. Maybe keep him on for like one more season if we haven't got the proper money. Because I know we have more to focus on than getting rid of Sancho. But if you can but I'm not sure if we will be able to. So I'd say, like, if we have enough money to buy a replacement, we can move Sancho on, because we won't get too much money from realistically. Like, I mean, it's surprised if he's 40 million at best for Sancho, I'd say now, even when we paid 75 million for him. Like, so bad there. But like I say, mainly obviously focus on the main targets you want to get in the summer, and then when that's done, if it does even get done this transfer window, then you can focus on the situation, see if you get rid of them or not.
Yeah, I mean, I think just say, like, if we had to bring in another left winger, like Ten Hag, like I've always been the kind of person where I'd like to have three, like, each position, I'd like to just have three players there, like 3 strikers, 3 wingers, 3 right wingers. Yeah. Obviously, midfielders, you need a lot more. If you're playing with 2 midfielders and 3 or whatever, you need to have maybe more than that, 4 or 5. But like Garnacho, Rashford, who are the 2 informed players on the left wing. the odd time we play Bruno there, but I don't want to see Bruno playing on the wings next season. I just don't.
Yeah, like he's okay there. He'll get you. He'll get you. Like he can play well or something, but he wouldn't want to. If you want to be challenging for a title or going right top, which we want to be doing as a club, him on the right wing is not going to work all season. It works sometimes. Like we've played Bayern a few times season. He's been okay, but like this is okay for just getting top four, maybe winning a Carabao Cup or getting close to winning a trophy. That's not like we want better than that. Like we want better. Like that's what's good enough for us for now. But the more time we have, the more time progresses, the more we need to be improving, and we need to be making sure that we've got solid players, not just playing players in a different position to get away with it. Like we need to make sure.
Yeah, and his thing about Bruno as well, he's a playmaker. So on the wing, you don't really get that from him when he's not in the middle of the pitch.
Oh, no, definitely.
He's handy because when you have Bruno in that, just behind the striker, he has loads of options. He can give it to whoever's on the left wing or the right wing. He just makes sure to give it to. Again, Bruno this season, he's had a few poor games. I'm actually going to ask you a question at the end of the show and who you'd give your Player of the Year award to. So if you haven't thought about it already, I'm not going to put you on the spot, so I said I'll wait until the end.
It's not an easy question. Like, no, it's not easy. I mean,
no, it's not.
The four obvious names, you probably know what they are. Like, I have to think about that one, but yeah, but I was a Bruce Fernandes had a good season. Now, he's certainly had one or two games that he's been poor in, but to be honest, everyone has. Like, but Bruce Fernandes had a very good season and like very underrated. Like, I mean, most games I've watched him play recently, he's been the best, if not one of our best players. The amount of games he's either won or composed man of the match, like lately, he's been also a bit amazing. Like, I mean, he's still one of our better players. Like, he's not maybe getting as much GA as he was back under Adi, but he's still contributing so much. Like, I mean, and he would have much more GA. I mean, there's been a couple of times that he'd play a lovely pass and should be getting an assist, and whoever's shooting just completely fluffs their lines. Like, he'd have about 15 assists or 20 if we had a clinical player in that team that would score some of the chances that some of the other players won't. Like Fernandes had a good season. Like, fair enough, it's been one or two bad days. Like, but sure, everyone has that. Every player on the planet has that. You can't know to be perfect, but he's had a good season. Not bad at all.
Again, you kind of said it there. Not everyone's had a great game this season. Like the top four, obviously, Martinez. There has been games this season where he's been poor.
Look, the only main one Martinez was poor. The Liverpool and Brentford one, and the Brighton has been shaky. But other than that, he's been
solid.
No, he's been
Casemiro's a weird one. His form's dipped, but he hasn't. Like,
he has a few games. No, like he was okay there. Like last game or two against. Like he was good against Villa. He was okay. I didn't watch Wolves because I was in town. I heard he was okay. I don't think he was too bad.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I gave him man of the match to him, so he was decent.
Yeah, like he's over. He's picking up again, but he was a bit poor there because he was out with suspension he was out a few games with suspension on that. Like, so it's a bit difficult. Like, but he has been good overall. Like, he's impacted the team so much because we need a proper CDM, and playing Fred or Scott McSideways there isn't going to cut it. Like, I mean, they're not bad players, but like again, you want to be going to the top, having them in your team playing every week. Like, you're not going to get that far. Like, you're not going to get to the top.
Hold on, let me just sort this out. Internet connection out again. Tell me now, yourself. Right, I should do. Yeah, Scott McSideways. I love that for you, Nick. Now I really, really do. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, you just listen to this, right? Let's just have it. Let's dream if you want, right? Say Qatar come in, right? Just say. I'm sure a lot of Manchester United fans want Qatar to come in. Would you be one of those?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Solid. Same here. I know people will probably go mad at me, but if you want Ratcliffe to own the club, you obviously don't support Manchester United. But listen, Qatar comes in and we bring in the midfield, two midfielders. Like, just say Bruno had a decent team around him. Like, I hate them. I really hate comparing any team, Manchester United, to any team. Yeah. Look at Man City. You look at De Bruyne. Like,
Fernandes, if he was given those players, even half that Man United team, if they were put in a really good organised team, which hopefully will become a few years, they look unreal. Like, I mean, even the likes of Maguire, if you put him in one of those systems, he'd still be really good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, like, Maguire is obviously a shocking player, But
I get what you mean.
If you even put these mediocre kind of / bad players into good systems, it can make them look good. Victor Moses and Fabian Delph too. Remember when Chelsea won the league about 6-7 years ago with Conte? Victor Moses, bang average player, looked good because it was a different system. Fabian Delph had to play left back because their other one got injured all season. He was actually really good. But again, bang average midfielder for Aston. They used to play for Aston Villa. Like these players can look good given the right system and whatever. Like I mean, if you give them, it comes with a bit of luck, but if you get the right system with these bang average, they can look really good. I mean,
I mean, look at Maguire with Leicester. He was decent before he came to us. So certain systems come. I know Leicester.
Yeah, it was the England system. Yeah, it was the England one helped him a lot. He was okay with Leicester, but the England one did help a lot. Like Leicester is an okay level for him because, like, I mean, I know obviously this season they've been diabolical, but like when he was there, they were okay. They were kind of finishing mid-table, like solid enough. Like I mean, they weren't too bad. Like, but
it's weird seeing. Like, I mean, you mentioned them there, Leicester. Like a team that won a title could be. Personally, I think they're going to get relegated. I cannot see them picking up points from the remaining two. I mean, you look at that. I think it's Newcastle and Newcastle and West Ham. Like, I mean, West Ham be buzzing after making it through to the Conference League final, and Newcastle they just slapped right in there for one last night. So,
the Leicester. I mean, West Ham might go a bit easy because they've got the final coming up soon, so they might go a bit easy, and they've already they're not going to get relegated. So. They might go easy enough, like Leicester want to be hoping so, like, but
they could be relegated by that time, Leicester. I think if they lose one more game, they're done.
They could be. I mean, to be honest, Leicester they didn't win the league, but that was 7 years ago. I mean, lots of the key. I mean, Kante.
That was a good team, though. That was a good team back then.
Oh no, it was a good team. It was a good team. No doubt about that. But you know, like over time, we're going to lose these players. Like I mean, that's what happens when a kind of a small team does really well. Like, you see like Ajax in 2019. Monaco 2017, British Dortmund, like you see these big teams. Small teams, like not small teams, but like kind of teams punching above their weight massively. They lose the big players, like sometimes they get the investments right and they continue that good form, or they can come kind of close to it. But over time, you lose too much of these players, it's going to catch up on you. I mean, it's happened to Ajax this season. We took their manager and Martinez and Anthony. Look, they're having a dreadful season. The manager got sacked. They lost the cup final. I think they're not having a good season. And then there's Leicester, like they won an FA Cup there a couple of years ago. I mean they did well to do that. Like, but I mean this season, mainly they sold their actual decent keeper and just didn't replace him. They put Danny Ward, who was barely any experience at all in the Premier League. I mean, you're asking for trouble then. Like I mean, Kasper Schmeichel's a solid enough keeper. Like he's not bad at all. But you sell him, you don't sign him.
That's it.
And Fofana, they got rid of Fofana as well, and replaced him with Wout Faes, he's not that good. Like,
is that the fella that got 2 on goals against Liverpool there?
That guy, him, yeah.
God.
Yeah, no, but like that's the only guy they signed all summer. They signed no one else except him. That's a big issue. Like, I mean, you sell a solid keeper and your best centre back for an average centre back, and you do not even replace the keeper. And it was an aging squad that you need to like. With mid-table teams, you need to refresh the squad constantly to keep in and be a bit consistent. You go a bad transfer window, that can just destroy it. Southampton, like they got it right for so many years. This year, I know they signed players, but this didn't work. Relegated.
Are you surprised that they're relegated? Like at the start of the season, if I was to say Southampton are going to go down, like would you call me crazy or would you be like?
I wouldn't call you crazy. Like I mean. I'd be a bit surprised, but like it makes sense. Like I mean, Southampton are normally finishing like 13th to 14th. Like they're not like really bad, but they're not great. Like I mean, I'd be a bit like a bit surprised, but I can see it happen. Like I mean, they're gonna go down within now the next 5 years. Like I mean, those teams they'll get a transfer window wrong, and it'll just make them pay. I mean, like I'm not high on a proper manager. I mean, they got rid of Nathan Jones, who was the worst manager I've ever seen, to be honest. I'm just
kept Ralph Hasenhuttl.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing well for years, but it just caught up with him. He had to go. And then Nathan Jones was just disgraced. He won like 1 game in the Premier League season. Like, that's just, like 10 games, 1 win. That's embarrassing. Yeah. And then this Sellers guy, he's just a number 2. Like, I mean, you just put him in hoping he does okay. Like, but you don't hire a proper manager in a relegation battle, you're going to go down. Wolves 2012 hired Mick McCarthy got sacked. They hired a guy called Terry Connor. a guy who probably just puts down the cones in training and just sits there and just watches. Like, I mean, he lost every single game. He can see 5 goals twice, and Wolves came rock bottom that season. Like, that's what happens when you don't hire a top manager.
Yeah, I think Leicester lose. Harvey Barnes, Madison, Tielemans.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, who else? Depends.
Those are the main players. Like,
they're the main. I wouldn't mind Tielemans, to be fair, but I suppose we're looking to get Rabiot again. But listen, obviously we have to preview for the Wolves game, for the Bournemouth game tomorrow. I mean, Tommy, you're confident? The last away game of the season, our away form is a bit.
Yeah, I'm confident enough. Like, I mean, I know, the away form wasn't great, but it's Bournemouth. Like, I mean, they've survived relegation now. I mean, I say they'll probably kind of take their fall for pedal. They've had a good, like, Bournemouth fair play to them. I mean, I thought we all thought they were going to get relegated. They've been absolutely amazing. Like, I mean, they've been fantastic.
Yeah.
Like recently they've been unbeatable. I mean, Gary Neal's done a very good job for them. They've got some quality players. I mean, they've had a fantastic season. I mean, I think we'll be okay. I mean, I know like they beat Spurs away from home, and they've had a good few results. I mean, they lost to Chelsea. They lost to Chelsea.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at them here. They're 14th in the league with 39 points. Well, minus 32 goal difference. So, yeah, I mean, they probably should be safe. I mean, the last time I think they beat us was at their place in 2019. Whenever last time they were in the Premier League, anyways.
Yeah, no, Josh Kingsford. Yeah, I remember that was
Yeah, but that was our, like, that's when we were a bit,
we were shocked.
We weren't even hopeful. We were just. I think it was. Who was the manager then? Was it Ollie? Yeah, Ollie. Yeah. No surprise there. Sorry, Ollie. I love you. Can't be dealing with that, but man. Yeah, well, as you said, away form not the best, but it's Bournemouth. Like, we should be, like, they probably just sit back. Take our chances. I mean, obviously we have Varane back in there, which Varane actually did decent now, returning.
Oh no, Varane, like, no, that's
He's
the main
solid.
reason why we were done. I mean, Varane is like such a key part of the team. I mean, he can control defense so well. Like, it's like him and Martinez, but even because he's got that so much experience. Like, I mean, now Lindelof has been good. Lindelof has been very good. He's improved so much. He's actually been really good. But you can see the difference between him and Varane and Martinez. Like, I mean, Varane came in there solid, absolutely solid. Like, not barely anything really wrong with him. I mean, I know it was Wolves. Wolves aren't exactly the best goal scoring team, but he has to do his job, and he did it.
Yeah, just once though. Just like, I pray that I mean, you even said it last week. I pray he doesn't get injured before that FA Cup final time. Like, I can't.
Yeah. I think he'll be okay. I mean, he did go a while without being injured before. I mean, he went like from after the World Cup until April. Like, that's 4 months. Like, I know that's still not great, but for him, that's actually not too bad. Like, so hopefully
that Sevilla game still gives me nightmares, Tom.
Yeah. That game was a real dent.
It's like someone put a voodoo doll in the dressing room at half time. Like, at half time, I was like, boom, spark. But yeah, I mean, we have City in the final, which that final just gets bigger and bigger and bigger every day. Every time City play, that gets bigger. I mean, one thing that I'm thinking about, and again, I could be wrong. Well, not wrong, but could sound stupid come the Tour de June, but because they're in a Champions League final, they could be focused a lot more on winning a trophy they haven't won before. So I'm just thinking that you know what I mean. But we have to be up for it, Tom. We have to be.
There was a chance, but at the same time, they're on for the treble. I mean, obviously, the Premier League is they're playing Chelsea. They're going to beat Chelsea, no bother.
Thing is, both teams are going to be hungry, though. We're going to be hungry to stop them win a trophy. They're going to be hungry to beat us and win a treble. Yeah, both teams are going to be hungry here.
Yeah, no, it will be. It won't be easy. It'll be a tough one, like, but the form they've been in recently, like, Jesus, they've been really good. Like, I hate to say they've been really good. Like, I mean, they're a bit hit and miss. Like,
they made
like before like February, they're a bit hit and miss. Like, I mean, they're losing a few games here and there, but I mean, we beat them. They got beat a few times as well. I mean, they lost to Spurs, lost to Liverpool. Yes. The last few games, like, you'd be surprised that them. They lost Southampton, obviously, in the Carabao Cup, which we obviously we won the Carabao Cup. But I mean, this is not going to be easy. I mean,
it's gonna be slow.
Even with Varane, I'm not particularly confident. Like, I mean, not that we're bad, but like, just Man City is another level.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
the difference between good and great. Like, good is good, but great is just like another level. Like,
I mean, look what they did to Real Madrid, Tom. Like, they made a team
4-0.
Like
4-0.
Like, they made a team that just constantly plays well in the Champions League, tries for it, look like Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, no, I mean, Kyle Walker had Vinicius on string. Like, Kyle Walker absolutely destroyed it.
I did watch it, and then I just got to the stage where I actually wanted to get sick. I was like,
obviously I had the graduation that day, so like I came home and I saw it was like 1-0 at the time, and I was like, oh, hope everyone should. Then I went off with when I was like listening to music or something. I was having a bit of food, celebrating or whatever. I checked my phone. It was 3-0, and I was like, Jesus Christ. And then obviously it was 4-0 at the end, and I was like, oh, you were expecting that. Like, I mean, that was just painful to watch. Like, I mean, Inter Milan they're not a bad team and all, but do you really, really think they've got what it takes to beat Manchester City? I mean, hopefully they can prove us wrong, but I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you never know. You never know. Football's a crazy sport, and then so again, I'm sure many people would say it's more hope than belief. So, you never know. Ten Hag could have something up his sleeve. Fingers crossed that we have Rashford back. Because I know he's trained, but I think he's sick. Well, I don't know what's wrong with our players getting sick these days. For sake, visit the doctor. But listen, Bournemouth tomorrow. As I said, our form against them is reasonably sound. I think, tell me this, like, when you look at the Bournemouth team, who's a player you'd say, right, don't give him space? Like, would it be Solanke, or it could be anyone else, Billing, yeah.
Solanke's okay, but Philip Billing's the main one. Philip Billing's actually not bad at all. There are a few other okay players, but say Billing's the main one. Like, I mean, he's always scoring from the shore. Like,
yeah, a few insights here. Bournemouth have lost 8 of their 11 Premier League games against Manchester United, though they did win 1-0 last time they faced the Red Devils at home, which was in November 2019. Manchester United have only failed to score in 1 of their last 14 meetings of Bournemouth in all competitions, though it was their last visit to Vitality Stadium in November. Bournemouth have won their final home game in 3 of their previous Premier League seasons, though they did lose 2-0 against Southampton in the 2019-20 season. Manchester United obviously lost their away game against Palace. I mean, like, I'm just looking here, like, we're 64%, like, win probability, we're 64% favourites to win. And what do you reckon, could this game be settled and all by the hour mark, with the 60th minute? Could it be one of those games where, we get a goal and then but we sit back and they give Bournemouth all the possession? Like, what way can you just see this game plan out? Or can you see it just being free flow, Man United?
Well, probably with 1 or 2-0, because like most games, like you probably know, we only win 1 or 2-0. We never usually win 3 or 4-0. Like, we've never scored 4 goals this season once, and that was against Betis. Other than that, like, I'd say it'd be probably 1-1. I'd say 1 or 2-0, or maybe like 2-1 or something. Like, it's not going to be too much scoring. We'll get a goal around sometime in the second half, maybe like 60, 70th minute, like around there. Settle down, get a win, move on from that. Like, I mean, it's not going to be a most like extreme entertaining game. We'll get the job done. Might make it a little bit pretty. I don't really know, to be honest, but sure, just get the job done. Get the win. Get the 3 points. Try to get top 4. Like, just get it as secure as possible, and then we'll move.
Yeah, I mean, we love things about Manchester United as well, Tom. They like to make things hard. Like, they just love to make life tough for us as well. Like, but yeah, what else we played is the reverse fixture. We beat them 3-0. Casemiro, Luke Shaw, and Rashford got the 3 goals. I actually remember that Casemiro and Luke Shaw goal. Forget the Rashford goal, but he was always pretty scoring.
No, it was a ball. I think it was a ball in from Shaw, and then Bruno hit it, and Rashford just had a tap in.
Oh yeah, and then obviously, then you look at the COVID season where we beat them 5-2. we're fourth, they're 14th. Like, I mean, obviously, to beat Liverpool there, so they can put it up to teams, but as you said, like, they lost against Chelsea, so we should beat them. Uh, I mean, like, what, like, is there any nerves? Like, obviously, you say you're confident, but is there any nerves in there? Do you feel like Bournemouth could maybe, I don't know, ruin our top four chances? Well, it's in our hands, but do you reckon they have the players to do it? Like, it's not about them having the players; it's how we obviously approach the game. But what do you reckon? Like, any nerves at all?
Not really. I doubt it. Like, I mean, I know obviously Bournemouth they're doing much better than we thought, but like at the same time, they're kind of okay because they've already confirmed they're staying in the Premier League. So they're probably last few games, like they'll probably be a bit more calmer. Like, we're guaranteed to stay up. Honestly, just don't look like they'll try to win obviously, but they're not going to be as pushed, and they're not. It's not like they're fighting for relegation. It's not like they're in Leeds a lesser position where they need to win. Like, I mean, they're not like, so it's not like they'll probably be a bit more calmer, and like they won't be as vicious as they could be if they were trying to survive. Like, so I'd say it would be grand, like, because we have something to play for, and they've got their job done. We need to get our job done. So I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
hoping that we'll definitely turn up. Like, well, I'd say we'll be fine. I wouldn't be too nervous.
It's sad to think that top four looked all wrapped up a few weeks ago, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, sure.
everything looked brilliant, and then boom, title
And
race settled, relegation battle not really settled. Everything's up for grabs at the moment. But listen, we're going to go through a few Ten Hag press quotes and that, the usual shebang. So I guess, okay, it's Ten Hag had injuries, so a positive Varane definitely available. Scott joined in training. Then he spoke about Rashford. Rashford trained well the whole week, but today he reported he is ill. We have to see how he recovers during the day and see tomorrow. Hopefully he's available. I mean, can you see Rashford being available tomorrow, Tom?
I could be. I mean,
Yeah.
you can recover from that. It's not like he's definitely going to be out. Like, so maybe just fit for the bench. I mean, don't rush him into anything because we need him fit for the cup final.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, Bournemouth, like, I'd say because it's an only nils, he probably can't be that bad. Like, I mean, if you rest him, we rest him. But he wasn't playing against Wolves. We were okay. Nice finish from Martial, Garnacho.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we'd rather him be there, but if he's not there, I don't think it's too bad of an issue. Like, I mean, maybe it's better rest him and have him fit for the last couple of games. Like, I mean, I don't know, to
Yeah,
be
that's
honest. I
it.
mean, if he's fit and he wants to play him. If it's a bit of a risk, maybe don't, or maybe just put him on the bench and bring him on, but like Kevin Score, whatever. Like, I mean, it depends how he feels, really. Like, sure, I mean, we have to just wait and see how he feels.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then he spoke about someone obviously must have asked him if Man United can reach Man City's level. I would have just, if I was telling Hag, I would be like, no, not with the Glazers at the club. But listen, he said, when I see this project, first of all, it's important to get in the Champions League. I don't think today at that standard. Uh, I look to the next year. He probably knows, like, yeah, listen, with the owners at the moment, we'd be lucky to even finish second anytime soon. But then he spoke about tomorrow's game. He says, Bournemouth, he says, we have to win that game to get the Champions League. Focus on the game. The game's coming up. The first game is most important. He says, I think as far as I can see, I think it's really brilliant. A club as Bournemouth, they're in the Premier League and 3 games before the end of the season. They're definitely in the league next season as well. Then he spoke about good old Phil Jones. Good old Phil Jones is gone, Tom.
Yeah.
Are you sad? I mean, club legend.
It was for the best. I mean, sure, lad wasn't playing, hasn't played a single game this season. Like, I mean, thanks to the memories, played for club for 11, 12 years. Won a league title, won a few trophies. Wasn't all a bad player. Like, I mean, he had good games. I mean, obviously he had proper few balls on moments, but thanks to the memories. But obviously, I hope he finds a new club. He does okay there. Like, I mean, I don't hate the guy. Nothing against him. He just simply wasn't the most amazing defender to play for Man United. But you know what? No, no really career like that. Sure. So, thanks for the memories. Goodbye. Best luck in your career. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Just take the camera off. I'm trying to really sort this out. On YouTube, I have it off, but on this, I don't. I always, obviously, I can't see me yet because there we go. I might. Hold on. Give me a sec. Just give me a sec. Sorry about this. Just trying to bloody let me laptop just decided to fry.
Oh, you
I
know,
was like, we're going off on YouTube. Tom is not freezing, but I am. What? Oh, come on. Am I paused on your screen? Yeah. Like, am I just totally done?
Yeah, you're paused mine, yeah.
Oh, it's not even working. Like, nothing's helping me. God, this laptop, I swear to God. What does that have to happen now? As soon as, like, we're getting to the end of it, getting on a roll.
Yeah, no.
Swear to God.
Wait for it now, so I'll be back in a minute. I suppose I was talking about United now, sure. So performance, like, I say it would be grand now, sure. I mean, like, if Rashford's fit, it'd be better, but if he's not, it's not the end of the world. Like, I mean, sure, we did have Rashford for Wolves and we were grand. I was at home, like, because we're much better at home than we are away, but it's not too much. I mean, Bournemouth and Wolves are pretty much same in the league, like, so I'd say if we can do a job against Wolves, we'll be going against Bournemouth, like, it won't be too bad. I mean, then we have Chelsea, who we're at home, we get a result, no bother, I hope. And then obviously we play against Fulham. We play Fulham. Yeah, I mean, it's at home. I mean, sure, FA Cup, we didn't play well. Played them at home, so still beat them. I mean, thanks to 3 red cards, but a win's a win. So I say we'll get top 4. I say we'll be fine. Like, I mean, it can't be too bad of an issue. Like, sure, but I mean, it was annoying how Liverpool have caught up and they're just behind us, but because I think we're a bit lucky with the fixtures, we've got easy enough fixtures. We haven't got anyone too hard coming up, so I think we'll be fine. I mean, Liverpool, I don't know. I forget who they have. I'm just trying to think now. I think you have Southampton. I mean, that beats Southampton, nobody. And then who else? Who else are they playing? No, they've already played Brentford. They've already played Leicester. Jeez, I can't think. Generally can't think who they could be playing, but hopefully they slip up. But I don't know, to be honest. He's back. Just give me a second.
I have to go on my phone. I'm not sure if you can even hear me.
I can hear you fine, yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I had to go on my phone.
That's good, yeah.
Totally done, gone. It's reloading, but not sure when it'll work. But yeah, when else Phil Jones, unfortunately, I wouldn't say unfortunately he's gone, but I mean, yeah, obviously we'll jump into can we jump? Oh, we can actually. I can still control everything here. So we'll look at Bournemouth's form, anyways. If I can really find it on this phone, I think this is it.
Yeah.
Right. So the Bournemouth form, the last 5 games, they lost 4-0 against West Ham, beat Southampton 1-0, beat Leeds 4-1, lost against Chelsea 3-1, and lost against Crystal Palace 2-0. So I mean, Tom, like, looking at their last 5, like, what you think? Like, I mean, if I had to add it up, they've had 1,
That's only one. That's only two wins and five. Like and the 2 wins were against Southampton, who are already relegation, and Leeds, who probably will get relegated. So it's not the best for. I mean, the Chelsea lost, losing to Palace. I mean, Palace weren't too bad, so it's kind of fair enough. West Ham annihilated them, to be fair. Like, so that's not the best result, but it's not the best score, to be honest. I mean, I say our form's better than theirs, but sure.
Yeah.
It's not like terrible, but it's not great though. I mean, like 2 wins out of 5 for a team like Bournemouth, that's fair enough. Like, but it's not the best though.
No. I mean, they're just like typical kind of results, aren't they? Like, I mean, as you said, they beat teams who are, no disrespect to those teams, but they're not.
They're not great. Yeah. No.
There was a Brighton or Aston Villa, you'd be like, right, fair enough. Maybe you can do it against decent teams. But when you look at our last 5 as well, which I wouldn't say looks all rosy in the garden as well. But listen, our last 5, we drew 2-2 against Spurs.
That's only 2 wins off. That's only 2 wins out of 5 as well. To be fair, so it's not great. But no, I mean, I think we'll be okay. Like, because I can just sense, like, I mean, we are getting better. We did have clean enough pace, like, out of those games. Like, I mean, sure. But I'd say it'll be okay, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, sure. I mean, 2 wins, 1 draw. It's techie better than Bournemouth because we have a draw as well. They have 3 losses. When you have 2 losses. So, and defensively enough, we're okay. So, defensively they're a bit weak, and defensively we're solid enough. I mean, and the 2 goals against Spurs are disgraceful. But only 1 goal conceded against Brighton and West Ham. That's okay. 2 clean sheets. Like, that's not too bad. So, I'd say we'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at if you're comparing our last 5 to, like, Bournemouth's last 5 to Manchester United's last 5, who would you say has the tougher fixtures? I mean, I'd say us. Like, that's not being biased. Like,
definitely us.
Yeah, I mean, Brighton. I mean, that game was just that penalty. I mean, it was a penalty in the end. Luke Shaw thought he was playing basketball. The West Ham game, De Gea again. It's always the hand. Always a hand that bloody caught. And then Wolves as well was a nice win. I mean, you look at this break we're having as well. Like, the week off, like, we're not playing, every 3 or 4 days. We're not playing 2 games a week on a Thursday and a Sunday. You're playing on a Saturday or Sunday, and you're not playing till the weekend after. Do you reckon that's helped us a lot as well? Like, could we see, like, do you reckon that just a break during the week kind of has benefited us a lot? Because I think, like, next week we have Chelsea on a Thursday, and then I think we have Fulham on a Sunday, so that'll be the 2 games we'll have, and then obviously a week off up to the final. But do you reckon this break, without having a game during the week, is I'm sure the players are delighted anyways.
I'd say it helps a good bit, like, because I mean, if we're playing 2 times a week in a row, it gets pretty tiring, like, so it's good to be up that kind of those few days that we can maybe train instead of having to play a match. Like, it definitely helps a bit, like, because sure, we're playing 2 or 3 games a week there for ages, like, so, like, then that was pretty stressful. But I'd say with the week off, it'd be much better, like, because I mean, we didn't have to play a game on Wednesday and Thursday from the West Ham match to the Wolves match. We did fine. Didn't have to this week either. I'm hoping again we'll be fine again, but sure, I have to wait and see. But no, a week is a bit of rest as well needed. I mean, sure, the players are bound to be tired. They've been playing so hard all season and working their socks off, so they're probably due a normal week. Only playing on the weekend, like, so. I mean, they're probably more happy with that, in fairness.
Yeah, you're not going to believe it. My laptop's for right now, but I'm not going to jump into my laptop because I'll probably just end up acting up again. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I'm just, like, tomorrow, like, I have, like, obviously, like, my thoughts on tomorrow's game. I'm confident enough. I think we get the job done. It's just how we'll get the job done, because you look at the Wolves game, like, in fairness, looking at the Wolves game, they didn't have one shot on target in that game. I think we had like 26, 28 shots. Obviously, we didn't score. It's a
bit of an issue. Like, the thing I'm angry about is, like, how you can have 28 shots and only score 2 goals. Like, that is not good. That is not okay. Like, I mean,
proper striker is.
You should be scoring at least 5 or 6 goals if you have 28 shots. Like, only scoring 2 is beyond disgraceful. Like, I mean,
It's like them own. Do you remember we played them own? Yeah, we just kept constantly hitting them.
Yeah.
And then we only beat them 1-0, and it was literally like stoppage, injury time goal. Like it was one of
Yeah,
those.
from McTominay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. No, like
Yeah,
I mean, it's good for getting wins, and to be honest, at this stage of the season, you're better off just getting the wins. It doesn't matter how well you play or how lucky you got. It's just about getting the wins. But at the same time, for next season, we need someone clinical because only scoring 2 goals from 28 shots is no good. Like I mean, if you were sitting an exam, you would have got 2 questions right out of 28. That's like what 5, not even 5%. That's disgraceful. Like I mean, sure, you can't be only scoring 2 goals from 28 shots. If it was around that, I don't know. It was around that shots anyway, but sure. But as I said, it's just about getting the job done. We got the job done. Thankfully, Wolves were non-existent when it came to their attackers. Like so, we got away with it. Like, but you play a better team with better attackers, you're not going to be so lucky.
Yeah. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Let me have a look. No, laptop's paused again. Fuck's sake. But yeah, let me just lower this down because it's gonna fucking piss me off now. Hold on. Do you reckon I'll throw myself in there? Do you reckon I'm walking? Do you reckon I'm walking? Right. Hold on a sec. Hold on a bloody sec now, Tom. Jesus. Every time, I don't know. Every time me and you do a stream, it's either your connection or mine.
Yeah, no, it's annoying how it works, but
Now my phone's pausing. Now my phone's not letting me let me out.
I never thought I'd be able to speak to 2 deans at once.
You see, if you got paid every time you told me to unmute myself, you'd be a millionaire. That's being brutally honest. Can you hear me now? Speak. I can't hear you now. What the fuck? Ah, yeah. This is not even funny. So you can't hear me. Right, fuck this. God. Can you hear me? Can you not hear me? I can't hear you. So you can't hear me, no? Obviously, no. This is a disaster. This is a disaster. This really is a disaster. No one seems to be working for me. What the hell is going on here? Can you hear me? Tom? No. What the hell is going on here? No. This is right. Oh no, this is not even. This is mental. This is shite. Tom. Yeah. This following, man, I swear to God. Right, so basically, this is what's going on. Tom can't hear me. I can't hear him. But people can hear me on YouTube. So the audio's messing up. So we're probably going to have to end the stream there. People on YouTube can hear me, but for some weird reason, I can't hear Tom. Tom can't hear me. So... Tom. Can you hear me now? What the hell? Right. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Maybe this. Hello? Right. Let's try this out now. Can you hear me? Right. I actually don't know what the hell is going on here now. Like, I actually have no clue. So, people can hear us on YouTube, so I'm just gonna... To anyone watching, basically, I know... What? Is it... So, on YouTube, it's fine, for some weird reason. But I... Basically, the situation is... I can't hear Tom, and Tom can't hear me. So I'm not sure what it is, but it's probably on my end more than likely because my audio likes to mess up when it wants to. So Tom, put your thumbs up if you can hear me on YouTube. So we should just watch it on YouTube. Oh my god, you cannot write this. You honestly, like, you have your United stands on your bloody... you won't get this anywhere else. You just won't get this stuff anywhere else. Say something. No, you can't hear me. Never mind. Never mind. No, can't hear that. Right. Right. I don't know. Right. I feel like, I don't know, what do you reckon? We just throw up our predictions just really quick, get them done, and end the show? So we just keep it rolling. Right. So even Rahul can hear me. He's at the commenting. Right. So what are you saying? I should go on YouTube as well. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, Tom. Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you ready, Tom? Right, Tom. Are you ready, Tom? I still can't hear you, Tom. Okay. So obviously, right, all right. Okay, right. We're just going to throw out the predictions quick. I know people can hear me, can't hear Tom for some weird reason. I can't hear him. You just cannot write this stuff. Like, you wouldn't get this anywhere else, even if you tried. Hopefully Qatar comes, says Rahul. Yeah, hopefully, man. Fingers crossed. Right. So Tom's predicted 11 is people can only hear me, so I'll just go through it. The Hayden goals, back four, Luke Shaw, Varane, Lindelof, and Wan-Bissaka. Midfield three of Eriksen, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes. Then up top, Sancho on the left, Anthony on the right, and Martial down the middle. And then my predicted 11 is the Hayden goals, back four of Luke Shaw, Varane, Lindelof, and Wan-Bissaka. Midfield three of Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno. Then up top, Garnacho on the left, Anthony on the right, and Martial down the middle. Listen, I know some people would probably say, "Oh, play Sancho there." I just don't think Sancho works. I mean, Rahul says we will batter Bournemouth. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, all right. Hopefully, you're spot on. But yeah, Garnacho over me starts over team. What about preferred 11? Preferred 11. It would probably still be the team me and Tom threw up. I'd say. I think that would be the preferred 11. That'd be my. I mean, obviously, I'd love to say, oh yeah, Rashford, but throw Rashford in there, but unfortunately, I don't think that'll be it. That's a team I'd be more than happy to say, to be brutally honest with you. And they're just gonna throw the league table up. Just throw it up there quick. You know, that's where it is. City top at 85 points, Arsenal second with 81 points, Newcastle third with 69 points, Manchester United fourth with 66, Liverpool fifth with 65, Brighton Did I get? Oh yeah, Brighton 6th with 58, Spurs 7th with 57. That's just typical as. And Tom's score prediction is, stop laughing, is 1-0 Manchester United. Alejandro Garnacho. I mean, listen, I'll take any win at this stage, whether it's a scrappy win off someone's toe or hairline, I'd happily take it. The reason why I'm rushing through these predictions is I can't hear Tom can't hear me. So I'm sure it'll be alright for the next show, fingers crossed. Well, won't be the next show. Probably during the week. Because unfortunately there won't be any watch along tomorrow. So then my score prediction, Bruno and Garnacho, 2-0 to the Red Devils. We get the job done. I feel like if we get this win, surely top 4 looks more likely if we beat Bournemouth tomorrow. Surely it looks a lot more likely. Rahul, De Gea, Shaw, Lindelof, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Bruno, Eriksson, Garnacho, Anthony, Martial. Yeah, same as mine. I agree. And he goes 3-0. You know, I love it. I love the positivity. I really, really do. But yeah, there won't be any prediction tomorrow. There won't be any watch along tomorrow, unfortunately. But we'll have team news up and all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, listen, Tom, thanks for joining. Right, I have to write something down because Tom cannot hear me. Well, Tom, if you're watching this, what? I don't even know what he's saying. Right, Tom, thank you, Tom. If you're watching, what? Right, so Tom, thanks for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on, Tom. I really, really do. Unfortunately, no one can hear Tom. Don't worry, he's not choosing to ignore us. Rahul says, please put Eriksson as 10, Bruno as an 8. Yeah. Yeah? Cheers. Right, thanks, buddy, for watching. Like, comment, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, we'll speak to you all in a bit. Enjoy the match tomorrow. Enjoy the weekend. Let's hope you get the 3 points. Have a good one.